Made in Gold. This movie is on Frederick Leonard TV, features Frederick Leonard as well as Sarian Martin. The movie talks about a young lady that came into the city. She was actually brought into the city by this rich old man who wanted her to be his sugar baby. So actually, sugar daddy, sugar baby. She was in the city enjoying her life, lavishing her life, and then this Odogu gave her personal driver because she doesn't know how to drive. A village girl who is educated or but doesn't know how to drive. So Odogu, or should I say just this rich man, gave her personal driver, personal chauffeur. She and the chauffeur do not see eye to eye, like they are always fighting. She's always intruding in the driver's personal space. Then, as time goes on, she got liking to the driver, showing, flirting, still being mean towards this driver. And the driver saw the signs and approached her and said, Madam, what you are doing, I have seen it, but I'm not interested. You need to hold yourself together. You are here for a reason, and I'm sure Chief will not be happy with what you're doing. She got angry, they went on and on and on and on. Then one day, the feelings just could not hold them together anymore. They let it out and slept and started their own relationship behind the chief's back. One day, the chief caught them and threw them out of the house. And the girl went looking for the driver and made their relationship official. The driver, who is so poor, a graduate, didn't have anything. So he did not believe that he could, get this caliber of girl because she was good looking, she has nice shape, she's educated, but just that she is also poor. So he could not believe that, yeah, as pretty as she is, she was going to give up her dream of, meeting a rich man in Lagos and living her perfect life. So at the end, both of them started their own relationship from the scratch, had a job, and that's it. So Made in a Gold, I'm sure, it has to do with a lady trying to build her own life with, a man who is trying to survive or struggling, trying to build his life as well. So more like, two young people who are in love with each other, growing together in worth. So basically that's what Made in Gold is about. Let's talk cast. Let's start with Frederick Leonard. Frederick, you guys look. Frederick is such a character in a way that he has this authority even when he's poor, even when he's playing a wretched character or somebody who should be humble. Frederick is not humble. Like the way he acts, he's not a humble. He acts like condescending, rude, mean person, which some people can describe as very courageous, very out there, outspoken, and knows himself. Depending on the side of coin that you want to stand when it comes to Frederick Leonard. Yes, he's nobody in the character that he was playing in this movie. As a driver, he was poor, but he wasn't taking any BS from his madam, and that was such a character. And the woman was also not reporting him to the driver. So it's like, what exactly was going on with this character? Yeah, Frederick, this is his movie, this is his project, so he's going to put up the best acting skills that he can do. And he's actually also the director of the movie, one of the directors actually of this movie. So if you're doing it and you're not doing it well, or if you're doing it and he thinks it's okay, he's going to let it pass by. And for him himself, as the person who is directing, yes, he's going to do everything possible. Yeah, his character was actually interesting. Just like I said, he wasn't taking a BS. He was very firm in his decision making in this movie. He was giving it back to back to the madam, even though he has no authority to do so. So I'm like, are you the boss or are you the driver? Which one is it? So yeah, that's that. And then let's talk about Sarian Martin. Sarian Martin in this movie, yeah. I'm come to say something that some of you may not like. When she's acting her own movies, I mean, she has her own channel as well, so she produces movie. When she's acting in her own movies, and you compare her acting skills in those movies to the movies that she acts on other people's set, to be frank, I find the one she acts in other people's set better than the one she produces. I don't know if it's because it's her own project. She can do anything she likes. She doesn't bring in her best. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. But yeah, in this movie, she was really good. Very beautiful acting skills that she put up in this movie. Her English, her pidgin, her dressing, which of course that has to do with costume, was good. Even though she repeated one or two costumes in different scenes, I'm like, hey, hold up. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. But yeah, her acting was really good actually. So yeah, her acting was good. The confidence in what she was doing, seducing the driver, that was really nice. So I don't want to say she doesn't know how to act. She does know how to act depending on the set that she is on. Or should I say directors of those movies that she does better is the thing. But yeah, this movie, Sarian Martin, was really, really good. Then let's talk about the chief. Yeah, the chief. At a point, I was so scared. I was thinking the chief was going to get a heart attack because when he caught them sleeping together, he caught them making out. That scene was scary for me. I was like, hey, I hope this chief doesn't die. Then these people will just take up his property or whatnot. So yeah, I think the chief was also very, very good in this movie. Then let's talk about the cinematography of this movie. The cinematography was also pretty okay, not as I expected it to be, but it was okay. It wasn't an exceptional one. Okay means okay. You guys should understand that. Finally, also let's talk about the costume of this set. Just like I was saying earlier on that costume, Sarah Martin costume was beautiful. The hair, the afro wig, and then the straight wig, they look really good on her. The sexiness the sexy dresses she was wearing was good, but she repeated some of the dresses, or try to say two or three dresses in different scenes. The skirt, is it the orange skirt? She repeated it twice or three times, and then the tops, she repeated it as well. I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected it to be, because there were not a lot of cast in this movie, basically. Yeah. So that was really, really, really a letdown or a disappointment. But that notwithstanding, it's a pretty decent movie. The acting was what carried this movie. Yeah, the acting from Sarian as well as Frederick, that was what carried this movie. If you haven't seen it and you love a storyline like that, Made in Gold is on Frederick Leonard TV. Rating this movie, I'll actually rate it 4/10, just because the acting was the only thing that was carried. Every other thing was okay. I'll see you all in the next video.